Do you love cabbage rolls but hate all that work? Well, I do too. So I'm going to show you an easy and healthy way to make cabbage rolls today. So the first thing we're going to do is take some cauliflower, and I'm going to cut this just into little pieces so that I can put this in the microwave. I'm going to just stick these in my Sistema steamer. And then we're going to go ahead and steam the cauliflower, and we're going to make some cauliflower rice. We're going to use that instead of using regular rice. Now, if you prefer to use rice, maybe look into using a brown rice. Brown rice is very good. Right now, I'm on a weight loss program, so I'm just really trying to keep the calories down and that type of thing. So I'm going to go ahead and use this cauliflower, and it's going to work out real good for me. So if you want to buy your cauliflower already riced, you could do that as well. They do sell that in the grocery store. But my thought is, if you can do some of this yourself, I think you're always a little bit better off. But I don't know, maybe not. So I'm going to put it in my Sistema steamer. And I'm gonna stick this in the microwave for 8 minutes, and it will come out absolutely perfect. And then we're gonna rice it and get the next step going. Now, while our cauliflower is cooking, I'm gonna go ahead, and I've got some onions and bell peppers from my garden last summer. I'm using up the very last of them. I have like a half of a gallon bag I'm gonna finish up. And then I'm going to add some of my Ancho Pepper to that. And I'll get those cooking up. I did kind of semi-defrost this in the microwave. So as soon as this starts cooking, I'm going to add my onions, and I'm going to chop up my pepper. This is going to be a super flavorful dish because we have onions, we have our Ancho Pepper. Now, I took the seeds out because I wanted to get some seeds going for my garden this year. And I know it sounds crazy, but I've been to 2 different places looking for seeds, and I cannot find seeds for these Ancho Peppers. So I don't know what is going on with all that, but kind of bizarre, I think. So I love these peppers, and I usually take the skins off, but this time I'm going to go ahead and just leave them on. I'm going to cook them up. They're going to get softened in this dish, so I'm not worried about it. If you want to take the skins off, I have another video on when I did those stuffed Ancho peppers a couple weeks ago. You could look up that video. I may run these through the food processor just to make sure that they cook up really good. And there you go. That was super easy. They just chopped up in no time at all. So I'm going to use these peppers when I cook up these onions. They're just going to give it that extra yummy, yummy, yummy flavor. All right, I'm just going to work on getting this meat cooked up. So all I'm going to do now is add my onions and different kinds of peppers that I had frozen. And I'm going to let those cook up with the rest of the ground beef. Boy, does that ever smell good with those Ancho peppers. Can't wait to grow them this year. Like I said, I had to actually take the seeds out of this earlier today. I'm drying them out a little bit, and then I'm going to go ahead and grow some so I can put them in my garden. These are one of my favorite peppers to grow. So I normally just use a potato masher, but since I've got my little food processor out, I think I'll just throw my cauliflower in here, and this will be a really quick process today. Very little work. Give it a little chop. That's riced cauliflower. How simple is that? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just keep working on this. This is just a little food processor. This thing, I can't live without it. I've never had a appliance that I used as much and liked as much as this food processor. I have a big one by, I think it's a KitchenAid, Oh my gosh, I love this thing. Oh, it's a, let's see, this one is my KitchenAid. That one's a Cuisinart. This just makes such a fast job of everything. Oh my gosh. And it was inexpensive. I bought it on sale, one of those sales on Amazon. You know, they've got a spring sale coming up. I don't know if they'll have this, but I'm going to link this in my Amazon store. If anyone's going to be shopping in the next few weeks when the sale starts, you might want to take a look at these. These are a really handy little gadget to have. And what I like about this one, it's perfect for making crust, any kind of pie crust, because I can pour the water right in the top and it just kind of drips down, or oil if you're making pesto or what have you. So voila, I've got riced cauliflower. And I'm growing cauliflower this year, so I'm thinking what I'm gonna do is rice it, kind of let it dry, and I think I'm gonna freeze several bags of it in my food saver. I've actually never tried that before, but I'm gonna try it this year. Cauliflower can get kind of pricey, especially when you get it already riced. All right, let's give our delicious smelling meat mixture a stir here. The meat is not quite done, but it's getting there. Oh boy, that smells delicious. Oh, and I haven't even put salt and pepper or anything in it yet. All right, so let's keep letting that cook, and in the meantime, we're gonna cut up our cabbage. That's gonna be the star of our show. All right, so I've got a half a cabbage left from the other day. I made a cabbage dinner the other night. I love cabbage. I mean, I have it at least once a week. I have sauerkraut a lot, but I love cabbage. It's one of my favorite things. And so I'm just gonna cut this core, get rid of it. I'm gonna throw that away. And then we're gonna get going on our cabbage. What we're gonna do here is give this a little chop. Now, if you have a mandolin, if you prefer to use a mandolin for this, I think this is pretty easy. And I don't make these super small. I mean, think about it, when you have cabbage rolls, they're oftentimes, you know, it's one big leaf of cabbage. So this is okay for me. I just need it in like bite-sized pieces, that's all. I'm not doing a real good chopping situation here today. I don't know what the problem is, but still got some core there. This is good enough though. Let's check our meat, because we're going to be adding this cabbage to our bowl. And we do have some grease in here from this ground beef, so we're not going to add that to our mix. We're actually going to take that out. This is almost cooked. Boy, I just can't even begin to tell you how good this smells. Oh, it smells so good. All right, so we're gonna take some of this grease out. Just get some of that grease. The paper towel will absorb it. And I don't get it all out. I leave some in for flavor, but there you go. The bulk of it, done. All right, now we're gonna add our cabbage. And this will keep cooking, don't worry. I know you're thinking, oh my gosh, you're gonna put all that cabbage in there? How are you gonna be able to get it all in that pan? Well, you'll be shocked when you see how this cooks down. It will completely change within just a few minutes. And I just need it to wilt down and like partially cook, because we're gonna finish cooking this cabbage roll. What should I call this? This is my own dish. So we're gonna call this a cabbage roll without the roll. How's that? No roll cabbage rolls. Oh, I love it. No roll cabbage rolls. Okay. So I can't get my lid back on. So already, it's only been like 2 minutes and this is already starting to wilt down. So I went ahead and put a regular glass lid on it, just so I could get some more steam in here. That way it'll help the cabbage to kind of wilt and cook down just a bit. I'm gonna try to get it more towards the bottom. It's hard when it's overflowing, but pretty soon, in a few more, 5-10 minutes, we're gonna be ready to put this in the pan, and all this cabbage will be down at the bottom, and you'll see it'll have worked out just perfectly. I've done this many, many, many times. All this good cabbage, it gives you so much fiber, and it's very healthy for you. All right, we're gonna let it keep cooking. So this is my Pioneer Woman casserole dish. As you can see, I've added some of my home canned spaghetti sauce, pasta sauce to my cabbage roll mixture. And all I'm gonna do is put some of this riced cauliflower in. I'm gonna put about half in the container here, just like that. And then I'm gonna be putting about half of my cabbage ground beef mixture with my sauce. This is gonna, oh, I can't even begin to tell you how good this smells. It just smells so good. So when you're making cabbage rolls, you're using a tomatoey sauce, cabbage, usually ground beef or ground lamb, and then you're gonna be putting in onions, and my grandma always put in peppers with it, so that's the way I do it. And so we're substituting for our rice, we're putting in some riced cauliflower, just like this. And I'll be honest with you, I like the riced cauliflower better than the rice. It's just so good. And if you like cauliflower, this is the recipe for you. This is good stuff. All right. My oven's preheated. All I'm gonna do is pour the rest of this right over my casserole. Put some of that spaghetti sauce. I think that's enough. I don't think I need any more sauce. I think that's gonna be perfect. All right, we're just gonna go ahead and kind of get this all put together. Now for this, I'm not putting any cheese or anything. Look how good that looks. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. It smells even better. So for this, I'm gonna be putting a piece of foil over it. I'm putting in a preheated oven for about 35 to 40 minutes. It's already cooked, but this will just seal the deal. There you go. Now that's gonna be dinner for a couple nights. This is one of my favorite meals. Now, if you wanna just do the cabbage rolls the old-fashioned way, you could do that as well. It is more time consuming and more work. And honestly, this is the same flavor. So anyway, I'm gonna stick it in the oven and I'll bring it back when it's all done. While I'm cleaning up, I'm actually gonna have some of this lavender matcha tea. So this is made by Harmony. These are probably one of the most delicious things I've ever had. They are so good. You just take one of these packets and you add it to a cup of water. I put a little bit of monk fruit sweetener in and a tiny bit of almond milk, and I'm not kidding. This is like, my day is complete. So all I do is take one of these little stirrers and I just kind of mix up this matcha. It says to do it for 30 seconds. I'm drinking it in my Darth Vader mug, so that makes it even better. Lavender matcha tea. Oh my gosh, you've got to give this a try. I'm gonna link it in my Amazon store if anybody wants to try this stuff. It is so good. Every day I drink this. Oh, that's so good. Well, our cabbage rolls without the rolls are all done. And let me show you how they came out. My whole house, I wish I could share the smell with you because, ooh, is it ever good. All right, here's our casserole. Wow, look at that. Does that look good or does that look good? Oh my goodness. All right, let's go ahead and serve some of this delicious casserole up and we'll give it a try. All right, it's time to do a taste test. We're gonna give our delicious cabbage rolls without the roll casserole a try. And I'll give you an honest opinion of how they taste. This is one of my favorite meals. I love cabbage rolls. Oh, and those Ancho Peppers really added a kick. Oh, those are good. Well, thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this healthier version of my cabbage roll casserole without the rolls. Give them a try. They're healthy, they're delicious, they're diet friendly, and most of all, they just taste great. So if you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing to my channel. Give me a like, a thumbs up, or ring the bell for future notifications, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.